Hey everyone, it's Jamie here from Ecom Masterclass. Today we're going to talk about Shopify profit. Now we know how great revenue numbers are. That's where you get to those really large numbers that you can brag to your friends and family about. But what really matters at the end of the day is going to be the profit, because this is going to be the money you're actually going to get to take home. So in today's video, we'll be going over 3 ways plus 1 bonus way on how to increase your Shopify profit. None of these methods here are going to be complicated as well, and very easy to set up. Make sure you stay until the end of the video here. Before I dive into it, I want to thank our sponsor, CALC, the one-click profit calculator available on the Shopify App Store. All you have to do is select the date range you're looking for, and you can get real-time calculations, discover how much money your store is actually making, which is going to be key if you're increasing your profits here. It includes a variety of detailed analytics, making it really easy to understand how your store is truly performing. There's a link in the description to access a 15-day free trial, and I'm also going to show a quick promo video.
Are you a Shopify business owner who spends hours doing your accounting? Have messy spreadsheets kept you from growing your business? Discover Profit Calc, the affordable and easy to set up Shopify app that crunches your numbers in just 1 click. It automatically syncs with all your accounts and expenses to calculate your profit, displaying everything in an easy-to-read dashboard so you understand your business in real time. Start for free on the Shopify App Store today.
Let's dive into the first strategy here, and that's going to be to add upsells and cross-sells to your store. The reason why you want to do this is to increase the average order value or your profit per customer. This is going to make it much easier to scale your ads, as you're going to be paying X amount of dollars to acquire a customer in the first place. So adding upsells and cross-sells can really help to boost your profitability. Let's say you have a customer coming in, they could purchase a $120 product for a $5 profit margin. But let's say they purchase 2 $20 products, both with $5 profit margins. That gives you $10 versus $5, so double the profit by adding upsells or cross-sells. So let's take a look at an example here. Let's take a look at Fashion Nova. They're a really big Shopify store, and we add an item to their cart. We can see they have different add-ons recommended here at the bottom. So they're going to add you or ask you to add extra items to your cart, which is going to boost the AOV. So rather than just spending $49 on a product, let's say I want to add this other product here. I can select my size, add it to bag, and that's going to start increasing the value. I'm going to try to catch you here right before you complete your checkout experience. There are plenty of Shopify apps available on the App Store that allow you to add upsells. One of the great ways to do it is on the thank you page. So after a customer has purchased their product, you can add a 1-click upsell, as you already have their purchase information and they can just simply add that to the cart. I was recently purchasing protein powder online, and the site offered me the same protein powder at a discounted price after I had purchased the original batch. And it was hard for me to say no there, as I was getting a nice discount. It's more of an example of a cross-sell, but overall it's a great opportunity to generate further revenue from customers. So there are plenty of options to add it. So you can do it things such as frequently bought together on the product page. You can do it for lesser items on the product page. You can see here, this is a coffee machine, and they're asking if you want to add in different types of coffee here, which are helping to increase the revenue of this coffee machine. So you can get everything all at once. Typically, upsells and cross-sells are for related items. So you're gonna make it more convenient for the customer, as you're gonna get everything they need in one purchase rather than having to do things separately. You can also add things such as upsell funnels, and again, thank you and post-purchase upsells. So let's take a look at our next method here, and that's gonna be to test pricing. If you're not testing out your pricing, you're gonna be missing out on potential revenue and profit. What I mean by test pricing is you can go either way. You can try charging less to see if customers are ordering more, or you can test a higher price range. You want to be testing and pushing the limits on a customer's willingness to pay. Typically, most e-commerce stores are selling for less than they should be, especially drop shippers, as they think if I make a few dollars per sale, I can cover all my costs. But there's going to be a lot of fixed costs. Your ad costs are going to be quite expensive, and you're going to have extra things such as gateway fees and different monthly expenses that you're going to need to make up for when you sell products. Generally, most people want to increase your price here by $5 to $10. It's going to be pure extra margin here in comparison to what you were selling before. This is all going to be contextual to what type of product you're selling and how price sensitive the customer is. But you still want to be pushing and testing that boundary, as once you have a customer on your website, you can convince them to purchase the product. And pricing isn't always an option, or isn't always a consideration that the customer has. An extra few dollars here might not break the purchase decision for them. There's still many other categories and factors that you have to get over first. There's also the association that a higher price is equal to higher quality. This is almost a subconscious bias, and so something you can take advantage of as well to show that your products are higher quality. Typically, you want to back them up by actually being higher quality as well. So you can do this by testing pricing. What I've seen some Shopify merchants do, if they don't want to use an app or anything like that, they'll simply just create a duplicate of the product at a different price and send different ad traffic to differently priced products. So something you should be taking advantage of, as there can be a lot of missed profit for your Shopify store. So let's take a look at our third method here. So the first two focused on increasing the average order value, and profit per customer on their initial purchase. This third method is going to look at win-back campaigns, so it's going to be increasing the frequency of purchase by a customer. Many stores just ignore their previous customers. If a customer purchases from them the first time, they'll say, all right, we got what we wanted from you, but we don't need to talk to you ever again. You're going to be missing out on a lot of potential revenue and profit here, as customers who have purchased from you have already made the decision to trust you. And if you've backed that up with good quality products, good communication, and expected shipping times, if they enjoy the product, they're going to be more inclined to choose you again. I believe it's 5 times more expensive to acquire a new customer than to get a repeat customer to purchase from you again. So you want to make sure you're taking advantage of a huge cost differential. So you can do this by several different ways. Many stores use email and win-back campaigns. So if you're using an email marketing software such as Klaviyo, what you can do is say after a customer purchases, let's say 60 days, 90 days after they've purchased a product, you're going to email them again. You could offer them a discount code, show off any new products that have been released, and retouch their communication to get them to come back and purchase something. Maybe it's a consumable item that only lasts 6 months. So after that 6 months, you're going to be reminding them again that then they're going to need a refill, and you can get a refill on your store. You don't have to just use email as well. You can use text messages, Facebook Messenger, WhatsApp, depending on what they subscribe to. You can also use paid retargeting campaigns to get them to come back as well. You can set these to trigger at certain time periods by placing them in certain audiences. This can be an effective way as well, as customers don't always check their email for particular newsletters. So that's going to be the third method here. And if we head into our bonus one, it's just going to be know your metrics. You only want to have a clear understanding of how much a customer is worth to you. So what's the LTV of a customer and how much they're spending. So their cost per acquisition or your CAC, your CAC. These are really 2 of the most important metrics to understand for your Shopify store, as if your LTV is greater than your CAC, you're going to be profitable, as a customer is going to be spending more than you're going to be paying to acquire them. But if your cost per acquisition is greater than your LTV, you're in for some serious profit problems if you're spending too much to acquire customers. You need to have a very clear understanding of not only these 2 metrics to really understand how much your store is making and how much you can spend. It's too easy just to spend money on Facebook Ad Manager or any TikTok campaign and see revenue generated. If you're spending too much to acquire these customers, it can really come back to bite you. You're also going to want to know your profit metrics, and that's where Profit Calc is great for, as it allows you to understand how truly profitable you are. There are many extra fees and costs that you might not consider right off the bat, so having a tool like this makes it so much easier to understand all that. There's a link in the description below as well to access a 15-day free trial. This is going to conclude the video here on how to increase your Shopify profits. We looked at 3 different methods, plus 1 bonus method. These should all help guide you to implement different strategies here to help working on your profit. Profits are your key metrics here. They're more important than revenue. It's going to be how much money your business is actually going to pull in at the end of the day. Many people just brag about their revenue numbers, but what I want to know is how much profit they're making, as it can be easy to generate $1 million in revenue if you're spending tens of millions in ad spend, and it's going to sound cool, but in reality, you've had a very negative profit margin. If you enjoyed this video, I would love it so much if you hit that like and subscribe button below. If you have any questions, leave a comment. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in our next video.